classes are always start with the dot operators, not 1 2 3, just one dot. Hello friends, welcome to OctaCoder. We are learning about CSS Selector. So let's start. In the previous lecture we learned about universal selector and tag based selector. Universal selector is given as a star operator and tag based selector is given as a whatever the tag name is as it is. So today we are going to learn about class selector. So let's start. As I said previously, programming is like related to the human being. OctaCoder main focus is on a practical, so let's take a practical example here for the class selector. Consider this whole web page is a classroom of a UI full stack web development and there are many students. Now let's create some students for our classrooms. We used to create as a p tag. Let's say this is a students, and inside the p tag we give the attribute style, and whatever the style you want to color, background color, then give it inside the style attribute. So let's give some margin 30 pixel, height width 160 pixel, and say background color say blue and color white, text align center. So that's how we used to give the style CSS. And let's see, open in the browser. So see, like this we used to create the some content, we give it as a inline style CSS. So let's consider this is a one student. So let's consider there are many students in the classroom. So this is our classroom and these are the blue one are the, consider these are the students. So that's how we used to give the inline style CSS. But here is the problem is all paragraph is the same and the code is unnecessary repeating. All the code are repeating. As per the coding standards, they never recommended to give the inline style CSS. So how we going to give? So that's why we have CSS Class Selector. There is a class attribute like a class, and then give whatever the class name like ABC XYZ. You can give any name here, but give name here meaningful that makes sense to our what is this content about. So let's give the name, these are our students, so that's why we are going to give the name students. So this is our class name students. So let's create a CSS file. So in the CSS file, if you are giving the class operator always start with the dot operator, just like universal operator start with the star operator. Like that, classes are always start with the dot operators, not 1 2 3, just one dot, and then our whatever the you given the name here, the copy that name and put it in front of the dot like this, and open curly braces and close curly braces, and you write the whatever the style CSS you have given here. Just copy the whole style CSS and paste it here. So make a arrangement here. So we gave the style CSS here, so we don't need the here style. So let's cut this and style attribute also cut. Save the file. We need to link the external style CSS here, and our style CSS is in the CSS folder. Style CSS name is selector style.css. Save this file, open in the browser. So see, these are the all inline style CSS, and this one is we gave it the class name. So we can give the class name to the every paragraph tag. We don't need to repeating the whole code again and again. Just copy this class name and paste it all paragraph tag all. These all paragraphs are the student, that's why we gave the class name as students. So we don't need the here style CSS now. So all style CSS remove. We don't need this repeating code, so delete the all style CSS. So see, unnecessary repeating code got deleted, and now this is look and feel nice. See, there is nothing look and feel change, but our code got very reduced systematically. HTML file is inside the HTML file and CSS files are the CSS files. So see, that's how to give the class selectors. Now let's consider this is our classroom, these are the all students. So let's consider these 3 students are the male students, and these 3 students are the female students. So female student, let's give the color different. So let's give the first 3, let's say the student boys, then student girls. Give the class name. We need to create another class here. For the girls, we gave the class name student girls. Let's copy this whole code, paste it inside the here, but to give the color name to girls, give the name red. So that's how we give the different classes. These 3 students are boy students and these 3 students are the female students. So like that we created the whole classroom. These are the boys and these are the girls. So we separated. So and here we also gave the style as a student boy and student girl. The whole code got reduced. Our unnecessary inline style CSS we have given before we gave the whole style inline style CSS, the whole code got unnecessarily repeating, so that got the reduced. Now it looks and nice feel. So this is the how to give the class selector. So this is how the practical example of CSS class selectors. Now you understand how to give the classes. Classes always start with the dot operator, then the class name, and then whatever the style CSS you want to give it inside the open curly braces and close curly braces. So that's how to use a class selector, and in the next lecture we will learn about the ID selector. So stay tuned with the OctaCoder.